So the 800 series is a simple turbine meter. We do them in different flow ranges by changing the internals with a nozzle, and you can see here we have a nice arrow, so that tells you which way to orientate it for the flow direction. The unit itself has got a Hall effect sensor internally, and as the turbine goes past the Hall effect sensor it sends out a pulse, and for that we have 3 wires coming off. So we have a power wire for plus volts, a 0 volts, which we use the screen on this one, and then we have the pulse itself. What we're going to do today is I'm going to connect it into one of our Pulsite display systems. And I've got one over here where I've taken the front off. Now the unit itself has got some very small terminals here, because we've tried to cram everything into this nice small neat box. So what I've done is I've just taken the 3 main wires that we require and taken them off to a terminal block here, just to make my life easier. And what we're going to do is we're connecting the 0 volts with the black wire, the plus volts, the red wire, and the blue for the pulse output from the meter itself. Now the Pulsite Solo requires a power supply itself for long-term running, and as does the meter. So what I've done is I've taken 2 wires off here, which will then power both the display unit here and also the flow meter as well. When we send out your meter or any instrument, we will send you with an instruction sheet which will tell you how to wire it in. The 800 series, no exception to these. For all our mini turbines, we have a variety of connections that will come with the unit depending which one you've chosen. We have the flying lead, so the lead coming straight from the meter here, and as you can see we should have 3 wires, a red, a screen wire and a blue. So as you can see here, the red, the screen and the blue. So the red is the plus volts, screen 0 volts, and the blue is the pulse output. Now this unit is an exception to most of our units in that it has a pull-up resistor already in there. So you don't need to worry about putting in any kind of pull-up resistor. Moving over here, a unit is installed already. So I'm now ready to wire this directly in to my display. The Pulsite displays also come with instructions, and will also show you how to wire in the unit itself. This one's showing an external pull-up resistor, but as I said, we don't require it in this case. So it's simple enough. As I mentioned earlier, I've already wired in the 0 volt, plus volt and pulse inputs into a terminal block just to make it easier. And as both units require a power supply, I've looped in the power supply here, so it's already connected up. Again, it just makes it a little easier and a little quicker to connect all your units up. So simply take your flow meter and fit it in to the correct terminals. So here the screen is the 0 volts, the red is our positive, so it's powering the NPN in the flow meter, and also in this case the display unit, and then we have our pulse output from the meter going into the display unit via a pull-up resistor that is already internalized, and so you don't have to worry about it. So now I'll turn the display over, set it to flow by pressing the button on the left. So we're now on flow in litres a minute, and I'll turn on the power supply to the unit itself. This unit only requires about 4.5 to 24 volts, and I'll plug in the flow. And there you go. As soon as the turbine starts spinning, the Hall effect sensor picks up the flow and sends pulses out. This display unit, I've already preset how many pulses we expect per litre into the unit, and so there we are. We've got around 0.7 litres a minute flowing through this, and it's all wired up and ready to go. This one's a very simple unit to set up. Some of them are a little more complicated, but again, if you have any questions or queries, just give us a call and we'll help you through.